Hello and welcome to our daily news program broadcast to you by Canal Algérie. Coming up next. Tasked by the head of state, the foreign minister takes part in a high-level meeting of the Security Council devoted to the Palestinian cause. The sole Arab member of the council, Algeria, joins efforts to end the Zionist aggression in Gaza. A clear determination to enhance partnership across diverse sectors was expressed at the Algerian-Venezuelan Business Forum. Stay tuned for detailed insights into the numerous opportunities discussed. Also, an update on the ongoing situation in Gaza, where the Zionist bombardments continue. The resistance marks a significant blow to the occupation, making it the first impactful loss since the beginning of the attacks. Welcome again. First of all, and as tasked by the President of the Republic, the Foreign Affairs and National Community Abroad Minister Ahmed Attaf took part today in New York in a high-level Security Council meeting on the Palestinian issue. Algeria, the sole Arab member of the Council, joins efforts to increase pressure for a ceasefire in Gaza, aiming to end the Zionist aggression and lift the imposed blockade, hindering humanitarian relief. On the sidelines of his participation, the head of the Algerian diplomacy will hold bilateral discussions with counterparts from the Security Council member countries and representatives of Arab countries. The Algerian-Venezuelan Business Forum, organized yesterday by the Economic Renewal Council, was an opportunity to discuss the numerous partnership opportunities in different sectors. Story by Najah Diyar.
This first Algerian-Venezuelan Business Forum was marked by the strong participation of economic operators from both countries in the agriculture, agri-food, transportation and tourism sectors, reflecting the common will to develop the economic partnership between Algeria and Venezuela.
The aim of this forum is to work together to meet the challenges of food security and economic development. This economic forum is the ideal opportunity to explore investment opportunities in various sectors, following the opening of a new air route between the two countries. A maritime link could soon intensify trade between Algeria and Caracas. This historic step, the opening of an air link between Algiers and Caracas, is fully in line with the guidelines laid down by the leaders of the two countries to facilitate the mobility of the citizens, particularly for the benefit of their diasporas around the world. We are working to provide fast, efficient travel at affordable prices and other facilities.
The Algerian market offers promising opportunities for investment and partnership. The Algerian-Venezuelan Business Forum provides a platform for exploring areas of cooperation between economic operators from both countries. We will offer the Venezuelan tourism operators the opportunity to come and discover the Algerian products.
We intend to take advantage of the opening of this air and sea route to increase trade opportunities in the agricultural, agri-food and tourism sectors.
The opening of air and sea links between the two countries will certainly strengthen the bilateral cooperation in a vast number of sectors. From Algiers, 50 destinations in Africa and Asia will be offered to Venezuelan companies with faster and cheaper air connections and transit facilities. From Caracas, destinations in Latin America and the Caribbean will be available to Algerian companies under agreements between the two countries.
In a different context, the Minister of Industry and Pharmaceutical Production carried out a visit to Tipaza province, where he inspected a valve and accessories factory in Qli'a, a factory that has a production capacity of 10,000 units per day. Ali Aoun also inaugurated a unit for the production of ophthalmic drops and a private group for neuropsychiatric drug production and the packaging of dental anesthetics that will be produced by the unit in the future. During the visit, the minister received a presentation on the industrial land situation in the province. Moving on to investment to the successful company in producing car batteries in Ghawat province. The unit is also specialized in recycling batteries as well within the environmental laws and according to the international standards. Further details with Yasin Hamdi.
The batteries shown in this footage are not imported. They are locally produced by this private investor who chose to launch his factory in Ghawat and create wealth in the region.
L'unité Tala existe depuis 2007, mise en exploitation à partir de 2009.
Our unit exists since 2007 and became operational in 2009. We have 40 employees and we produce various starting batteries for different types of vehicles. Economy and industry witnessed lately important positive changes, and thanks to that, all the economic operators are equal in terms of chances and opportunities.
Most of the workshop workers are trained in this unit. Now they perform their tasks with a great precision.
I started working in this unit in 2017. We work with Algerian and even Chinese specialists. We learned with them step by step, and now we can handle the tasks by our own.
The enterprise doesn't only produce batteries, it also recycles the used ones, and there's another unit that handles this activity. The environmental aspect is fully respected as the factory doesn't pollute the atmosphere by applying the international standards. The company also generates benefits in foreign currency.
Les batteries viennent ici, sont recyclées, transformées en matières premières.
Batteries are considered as dangerous products and we recycle them. They're transformed into raw material. The majority is destined to the national production and the surplus is exported. We reached $1.7 million of raw material exportation.
The automobile market being relaunched in Algeria. This unit could play an important role in this project as a key factor of the car assembly.
Abroad, the situation in Gaza remains unchanged. The living conditions of hundreds of thousands of deported Palestinians are getting worse. Meanwhile, the Palestinian resistance shows great resilience and marks a significant blow to the occupation, making it its first impactful loss since the beginning of the attacks on October 7th. Let's take stock on the situation in Gaza in this updated report compiled by Rania Al-Bahri.
The Zionist entity announced that it had experienced its heaviest military loss since October 7th. 24 soldiers were killed in a single day by the Palestinian resistance in Gaza, bringing the total number of soldiers killed to 221. Daily losses, which increase the pressure on the Zionist government to negotiate a new truce, are an end to the fighting. Meanwhile, the genocide is still ongoing in Gaza. Over the past 24 hours, 195 Palestinians have been martyred and 354 injured following continued Zionist bombings against shelters and homes. Early this morning, artillery fire targeted the Nasser hospital in Khan Yunis. The Palestinian Red Crescent claimed that the Zionist army carried out intense shelling. Adding to that, the occupying forces stormed Al Khair hospital west of Khan Yunis and arrested medical staff after launching an attack on accommodation centers in the same area. According to the UN Humanitarian Aid Coordination Office, attacks have intensified in the city, causing a new cut of communications and the internet coverage. The humanitarian situation is alarming. 2.2 million Gazans are today threatened with imminent famine, with the scarcity of basic foodstuffs due to the bombing and obstacles put in place by the Zionist occupation, denounced the World Food Programme. Since the beginning of January, only 730 trucks carrying 13,000 tons of food have entered Gaza.
In other news, tensions rise in the Red Sea after recent U.S.-British airstrikes in Yemen. The Houthis on Tuesday pledged a response detailing 18 airstrikes in several provinces, including Sana'a, Hudaydah, Taiz, and Al Baida. It is worth noting that the Houthis have been increasing operations against merchant vessels in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden in solidarity with the Palestinians in Gaza. To sports now, the handball national team secures its qualification for the semi-final game of the African Cup of Nations Championship. Yesterday in Cairo, Algeria won against Congo with a score of 36-23, the fourth successive victory for our team in this competition, which will allow it to qualify for the 2025 World Cup. To football now, Algeria faces a setback after its 1-0 defeat against the Mauritanian team in the Peace Stadium in Bouaké as part of the Africa Cup of Nations tournament being held in Côte d'Ivoire, a result that disqualifies Algeria from this AFCON tournament. To Busada province now, this region with a rich culture and also known for its traditional dishes, a famous one in particular, the zviri or slata bumhraz, a very ancient dish which remains until today a favorite among Algerians and sparks the interest of foreigners. Story by Najah Diyar.
To the gate of the Algerian Sahara, the region of Busada, we take you to discover one of the oldest and most iconic Algerian traditional dishes of Msila province and the High Plateaus region. The zviti or slata bumhraz, a dish that appeals spicy food enthusiasts all over the world.
طريقة تحضير الزبيطي تاعنا البوسعادي هذا هو كما راكم تشوفوا.
The zviri is prepared this way in Busada. It is eaten hot in a wooden mortar. It's a mixture of semolina galette cut into small pieces, red hot chili peppers, green pepper too, cilantro, olive oil, buttermilk for serving, and many other powders and spices. All the ingredients are organic and from Busada. Other than the nature, beauty, and the people's generosity, Busada has numerous assets such as its cuisine. This is the first time for us coming here, and we are really loving this region. We are impressed by its landscapes, its residents, and its culinary art.
It is the first time I try this dish and I love it. Also shakshuka. It is amazing to be here. A festive atmosphere in this tent restaurant, depicting the best images of the authenticity and the ancestral heritage.
قمر الليل خواطري تتونس بيه نلقى فيها وصاف يرضاهم بالي يا طالب عندي خليلة تشبه ليه من مرغوبي فيه صهره يا حلالي يا نبات نباصر في
And with that, we come to the end for today's program. Thank you for tuning in.